Hi and welcome. My name's Michelle. We're going to make a little pouch and we're going to do it doing some decorative stitching just like that on our standard machine, which is going to be really easy. Things you'll need some sort of ruler. This is a hot ruler, so I can either use it for marking or ironing. You'll need a walking foot, you'll need some tape, you'll need clips, foam, fabric top and bottom. You'll also need some zipper and zipper tape, zipper heads and zipper tape, which I'm about to get. And I will start and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so we have some continuous zip, it's number 5. And we have a zipper head to go with it. And we also have a rotary cutter. I do have a larger ruler, but I can't find it for the life of me. So I'm going to use a little one today and our rotary cutter. Now, first things first, cut your piece around about 12 inches square. Then you're going to sandwich the 3 layers together. So to do that, and I did an approximate. So I have a back piece and a front piece. It can be white, it can be black, it can be any colour, it can have a small pattern on it, doesn't really matter. And I also have an extra piece, which is going to be my lining. And that'll be done after we've put the whole thing together. And I'm going to walk you through it one by one. Okay, so I have just quickly pressed those and I have put them into 3 layers. I'm about to clip them and I have a set of wash away and air away pens. I'm going to use one of these just to mark lines on there. And the other thing I forgot to mention, you'll also need a zipper tape of some sort. It can help out really well later. And I'm about to go and do those lines now, so let's sit down and do them. So, find your halfway mark, which would be roughly 6 inches. 4, 5, round about there. Mark and mark. And we're just going to do a line just roughly there. And then around about 1/2 inch all the way across. So I'll do this off camera, so we're not wasting time. Okay, so I have those all ruled, and I now have it under my machine with the lines facing towards me. I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to pick a design. On my machine, I'm going to, now this is a Janome Skyline S6. I'm going to pick a just any old pattern. Just pick something that will sort of fit in here, in there, obviously. And the first one I might pick is, it's mode 2, number 4. So I'm going to turn it to mode 2 and then number 4. And it's like an S shape. So I'm going to start and just go straight down that. I'm not going very fast. And I'm just going to let it do its thing and stitch that down. I'll just speed her up a little. There we go. And all you're going to do is keep that center of that line in the center of that foot. And that's all I'm doing. So I'll go to the end of this and I'll come back and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, we're almost at the bottom now. Once we get to the bottom, and I'll put the needle up. I'll take it out. There it is. I'll just trim that off. My cutter seems to be playing up today. And I have done that one on that line. I'm going to miss one and then go to the one after that. And I'm going to put the needle down and I'm going to change my thread. the reason why, I'm changing my thread is because I want different colours. So I'm just using a cheap poly thread, literally really cheap, and it shows that if your machine will take it, you deal with it and you go with it. So we're going to put a purple in and swap her over, and I'm going to change this for quite a few and do that. Whoops-a-days, got to get it in the right spot. Bear with me while I grab the thread again. Lost him. So rethread your machine, get that in there, in the right spot. There we go. Thread the needle, and we're going to go to the next one, and I'm going to pick my next design. So my next design is going to be in mode 2, number 6. So I'm just going to go up 1, and I'll slow the machine down just so you can see what's happening. And I'm keeping that center on that line. And I'm just letting the machine do its thing. You might not use these little, I don't know, embroidery stitches very often, but when you do, they really look pretty cool. So I'm going to speed that up, and I'll see you at the end of it. Okay, so I'm keeping the same colour in, and I'm now doing a number 8. And like I said, keep that centre, and we'll go down the bottom. Okay, so we've done 3 rows, and as you can see, I'm just picking a different design every now and then. I'm going to change that colour again, so I'll do that off camera, and we'll keep going. And we're off again on another one. This is some sort of branchy looking one. And if you notice, I'm picking all sort of different shapes, making it purposely different. And I'm skipping a couple of rows each time. And I'll be back when I'm at the end. And we're almost at the end. Press stop, cut her off. This one seems to be working now. And we've just done a really cool blue one. And we're going to go over this side, and I'm going to throw a blue one over here. But what I'm going to do is miss a couple of lines again, change the pattern. I'm going to go number 81. So I've got to go all the way through. There's a lot of patterns on this one. Your machine might not have a heap, but that's okay. Use what you have and just go with it. There we go. So this one here, this is going to do a bit of a circle thing. Oh, started off the edge a bit too far. Could run out of bobbin. Oh no, I think we'll just make it. Maybe. And yeah, we'll do this one, and when I get to the end, I'll show you what this one does. Okay, and we're at the end, and I've just made it with my bobbin. And I'll show you this one. And cut that off. That's pretty cool. Hey, anyone think I was an expert? So I'm going to change my bobbin and be right back. Okay, so next step is I've done a couple of different designs. Now I'm going to go along in between, not on that line, but in between that line. I'm just sort of keeping it between my foot. I'm just going to do a straight stitch, but I'm going to make the stitch about 4 mil, okay, and just let it run through, keeping that foot nice and even with that line the best I can, and stop. I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to come up the side of this one, and I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah, about there, and just run up the side down, just to throw some straight lines in. So that's a couple of pink straight lines. I'm going to do another one on this blue one on that side. I'm keeping them roughly on the edge of that pattern. And if they're not exact, don't panic. It's no big deal. In the whole scheme of things, you're not really going to tell. So just a couple of straight lines just to throw in that extra factor. Now, I'm going to come down to the one that's next to this green one I started with, and I'm going to do a large and small stitch that goes sort of, you know, wavy sort of thing. But I'm going to go to mode 2 and go number 1. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this. Now, this is a razzle. It's a Wonderful thread. It is literally, good question, what size is it? I think it's 8 weight. Like, it's really fine. No, 12 weight. I'm going to just place it under here. Oh, don't want it under that. Under there. Just sort of keeping it central. And just getting my needle right next to the foot. Wants to just play along, doesn't it? It's going to fall. It's got caught on that foot. Hang on, let me take that out. Try again. Get it caught under that. Do you think up? And put the needle down. All right. So I've just got it loose sort of sitting here, and I only need to get it, it's on my lap, and I only need to go to the end. So I'm going to just stitch over that, keeping it on that line the best I can. You can also use ribbons or, you know, anything you really like. A bit of lace, it all works. Oh, it got a bit off the track. Lucky that's at the corner, no one will see. And it sort of creates a couching sort of look. And then I'm going to put another one of those in a pink, but a different pattern. Just need to cut that knot off that. And let's get a little bit more of that out. On this side, a little bit closer to the edge. Just lift that foot up again, needle down, needle up, needle down. Okay, a different pattern to that one. I'm going to find like a, I don't know, like a pointed sort of one. So number 9 looks pointy. There we go. And let's see how that goes. Oh, I shredded my thread. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, we're back and doing it. That shredded because it got caught, not for any other reason. And just keep that on there. You can also use a separate colour, which I will do, so like a green one of this, and that can look really cool as well. And you can see it starting to build. Just trim that off, hold on to it, we'll get to the bottom. Just don't get your finger underneath the needle. Alrighty, and just cut that off. And we've got another cool one, look at that. Hey? Alright, next we're going to change the thread and be right back. Okay, I've done another couple of yellow straight lines, and I have a yellow in and a aqua bit of cord, and I am literally just doing a zigzag, just to show you that you don't have to have anything special, and you can just do a quick zigzag down, and it can look really, really cool, especially if you do lots of different colours. get to the end, cut off, take off that, and there you go. That's the yellow with the green down the middle, the minty colour one. There it is there. Right, let's keep going with this. I'm going to take that off. That's the excess. And I'm going to do a bit of minty green down here and yellow. I might even just do a zigzag stitch. And I'm doing this one right next to the blue line, not actually over it. Reason being, I just want to fill up a little bit of a gap. I don't like having too many gaps in between. Okay, and that's just a plain yellow zigzag. Where is it? Have I got you in the right spot? Yeah, there. All right, and I might do another one, maybe over on this side, but we might do a decorative pattern. So let's go to mode number 2. Seems to have all the patterns. And let's go to, oh, what have we got? We got lots here. So actually, let's go, let's go to number 77. That's going to take me a bit, isn't it? So I'll zip through to 77. She says it takes a while. And I'm going to make this one wide so I can fill a bit of a gap. We're nearly there. All right. Oh, it's at its widest, which is good. Fantastic. Let's do it. And I'm just going to follow this down. This will be cool. I can't wait to see this one. It's a bit more decorative. And you can see how that foam is really holding this nice and firm. And I'll see you at the end of the line. Okay, so I've just finished that one and it's done a bit of a loop-de-loop, which is pretty cute. And now we're going to do something wide in here. It's going to be more like that sort of thing to take up that space, but I am going to swap over to a different colour. Okay, so I've got it ready to go. I've got orange in now. I'm right on that line. And I'm just making sure it goes wide enough. It should. Let's give it a go. Yeah, it does. Perfect. Takes up a bit of room. And I'm going to do some orange elsewhere as well. And it's a nice quick one. So there we go. That one there. And we're going to do something over here on this line. And again, I'm going to pick a wide one. So I'm going to pick, maybe I'll do number 3. And, oops, the days there. And, yep, so we'll do that one. And I'll make it as wide as it'll go. So let's do it. Keeping that center line. And we'll get back to it at the end. Okay, so I jumped through that because I realised I'm actually going to run out of time. So I have stitched that. Isn't that just gorgeous? I just quickly did that. Probably took me about 10-15 minutes. And yeah, look at that. Isn't that awesome? So I'm going to now show you what to do next. I have left 1/2 inch on either side. That's hence the ruling. And I'm going to trim that down. And then I'm also going to trim down my lining. So I'm going to make sure that those two are the same. And I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be right back. Now you need to cut. Now the lines will be going, I'm standing here in front of it. Okay, so the lines, I will face it towards you. That's the way the lines will be going towards you. So they'll be going horizontal. I'm going to turn it so it faces me. And you'll get your zipper tape and trim it off about 1 inch either side more. Then open that up and place it right side down with the raw edge across there and clip in place. Okay, then we're going to take your lining, do the same thing, place it on top and clip in place. And we're going to sew that in, and I will do that and be right back. Okay, so I've sewn that down. I did use a zipper foot, and now I'm going to flip it right way out and fold that lining back, and I'm going to top stitch. So I've changed my thread to white, and I'm going to top stitch along there about 1/8 in, and I'll do that off camera and come back and I'll show you how to do the other side. Now that's been done, and I'll show you that top stitch. There it is there. And you're going to lay it that way. Get your other side of your zipper and lay it across there and clip that in place. Just like you did before, right sides down, raw edge of the zipper facing the raw edge of the fabric. And then you need to bring that lining over and pop it up there. Make sure the sides are even if you can. You can always trim it later, I guess, but it's nice to have the sides nice and even. And clip that in place, and you're going to stitch that. Then we're going to turn it out and top stitch. Okay, both sides are top stitched, that one and that one. Now we're going to put the zipper on. Okay, so I use a zipper jig, or if I haven't got this around, I struggle with it. Sometimes it takes me longer, sometimes it takes me less time, but a zipper jig, they're pretty damn cool. I just got, this one's got adhesive on it. I do sell these. You can get these by contacting me. I place that on there. I place the zipper head wrong side towards me, so right side down, and just push it in. Then I get one end and I trim off them nice and even. And you've got to make sure that you've got the right side facing down when you turn it. So it's like that. And basically just slide that zipper in. Sorry, I've just got that zipper head thing going on. There we go. In we go. And that will pop that on nicely. Just take that off there for now. That pops the zipper on. The other way of doing it, I normally take the zipper right through. This is the other way of doing it. You would have that open, get the rounded part of the zipper, face it towards you, get on one side and sort of hold on to it, get the other side and come in on an angle, and then shove that top on. Just keep pushing that down, and then it's on. Okay, so that's one zipper on. Now that I've got that on, I'm going to turn this wrong side out. Okay. And the way I want to do this is I want to find my center. I'll use my zipper as a guide. So that's my center there. So I'm just going to put a little I know, massive scissors, I know. A little bit of a snip, or you can mark it with not a permanent, but a marker, so you know where the center is. Do the same on this side. Make sure you line up everything right. That's your center. About there. Make sure this one's right again. Just double check those ends. Yep, about there. And you'll do the same with your lining. Just mark it and mark it. Okay, just like that. Okay, then you're going to place that zipper center on that mark there. Now we're just going to clip that down on either side. Clip that down there and there. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to do the same thing on that side, the center of the zipper on that center line mark there. There. Just clip them in. Same on that side. Okay, and then get your lining and line that up as well. Make sure you catch both pieces. And turn it around, put that in the center. Going to do the same thing. Catch that one. And we're going to do this side. It's a daisy, we've pulled that over. And that over there. And that there. Now, if you're wanting to put a little tab in, that would be the time to do it, would be now. I'm going to go and grab mine and I'll be right back and show you how to do it. Okay, so to do these, I grabbed 2 bits of my lining and I have them about, about 3 inches long and about 1.5 inches wide. Fold it in. Turn it over, fold it in, and then fold it again. Stitch on either side, and you'll have that. So I'm going to trim them up later, but they will go in. So you fold them in half and facing inwards, and make sure you got it on the zip side. I'll have them in about 1 inch in or so. Might actually just mark there with my finger to there. I'm going to clip that there. Actually, I might use a big clip to hold it. I'm going to go around the other side, fold it over, measure about 1 inch, pop it into my fingers there. Get a large clip where you can just cut off your excess. I'm just going to sew straight across here and here, and we'll be right back. Now I've done that, I want you to trim that back to about 1/4 inch. Like that. Okay, just make it nice and neat. Now the other side, we're going to actually leave that bit of lining open and we'll sew that together later. First things first is that we want to sew here and then from there to there, and I'll do that off screen. Okay, so I've left that bit there open so I can get my fingers in there and turn it out. I've stitched here and then come onto the top of the zipper and stitched across there and really trimmed that right back. I'm going to bind that eventually, but I need to turn it out first, so I need to stick my fingers in there and just manipulate that and pull it through. Can be a little awkward, and we will give it a go. But I'll definitely do this off camera because I always fight it. So just get into those corners and start pushing it through, okay? Okay, so I've got it out right, the right way out, and we're just pushing out those corners with my fingers, giving it a bit of a, what's the name? Come in and grab that lining bit that you missed. Just grab it there. Turn it in. Oops, days. I'm just having a bit of a fight with it. So if you pinch that, I just need to straighten that out and fold that seam in like that. There we go. And then put your finger there and pull that tight and sew that seam shut across there. Be careful not to miss anything. As long as you get right up close, and make sure you back stitch and forward stitch at the start and finish. So we're going to stitch along now, and we're pretty much finished. So bear with me. Okay, so now I have sewn that inside in. We are finished. You've got little tabs on the ends so you can hold it. You could use it for pencil case, personal items, whatever you like, but isn't that gorgeous? So I hope to see you making one. This is the one I started with originally way back when. That's my sample piece, and that's what you'll end up with. Cool, hey? Any questions? Let me know. And you can get me on Michelle's Patchwork and Art on Facebook, YouTube Michelle's Patchwork, and of course I've got a website, michellespatchwork.com, and always welcome to contact me and send me a message. Happy to help. Cheers.